Hello and welcome to this episode of Fraction Feud. Today we are guest starring our two guests. This is Jerry and Skittles. I wonder who will win the episode of Fraction Feud. Let's go over the rules to see how these players will be playing. Rule number 1, draw a card with a scenario on it. Rule number 2, discuss with the group to make sense of the problem and ensure all members agree. Number 3, choose a strategy for solving and everyone shares an idea. Number 4, make a visual model of the scenario using whiteboards, markers, or paper, fraction pieces, or number lines. Solve the problem, discuss and answer to check if all members agree. Ask if the answer is reasonable. Check your work and see if the solution makes sense. All right, contestants, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Bring it on. Okay, so the first problem, or the first card we're going to draw, looks like this. Laura has 1/3 of a bag of candy. Catherine has 1/6 of a bag of candy. Who has less candy? How do you know? So in this fraction problem, we're comparing 1/3 and 1/6. All right, contestants, here's your paper. You may begin. Jerry is drawing, and he has drawn an area model. 2 bags the exact same size. 1/3 is here. It's cut into 3 parts, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, and 1/3 is represented up there. The next is representing 1/6, which is Catherine's. 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, 6/6, and 1/6 is represented. So 1/3 versus 1/6. This is L for Laura's bag and K for Catherine's bag. Which bag has less? Because our question is asking who has less, Laura or Catherine? Let's see how you're doing, Skittles. Skittles has drawn 2 number lines the same size. The first number line is going to be cut in thirds. Skittles will label 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, and this line is representing Laura. Laura has 1/3 a bag of candy. Catherine's line is going to be cut into 6, 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, 6/6. 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, 6/6. And 1/6 of the bag is full, and that's representing Catherine. So, looking at these 2 models, let's have a discussion. I think that 1/6 looks like less. It's smaller than 1/3. My number line shows that 1/3 is larger than 1/6. All right. So do you guys agree? Do you think that 1/3 is greater and 1/6 is less? Let's look at it on a number line. 1/6 looks like less than 1/3. So what symbol will we put in between them? 1/3 is greater and 1/6 has less. So who has less and how do you know? Laura has less. Whoops. Actually, Catherine has less because 1/6 is less than 1/3. Jerry says that by looking at the denominator, we see there's 3 parts in this denominator and 6 parts in this denominator. A denominator that is smaller actually has bigger size pieces, and a larger denominator means there's more pieces, so they're smaller. So 1/6 is less than 1/3. Who has less candy? Catherine has less candy in both models. Great job, contestants! We're on to the next problem. James went to the park with Grandma.
Hey, I know someone named James.
At the park, they saw lots of flowers. 3/4 of the flowers were yellow and 1/4 of the flowers are purple. What kind of flowers did they see the most? So in this problem, we're comparing 3/4 and 1/4. 3/4 and 1/4. They actually both have the same denominator. When fractions have the same denominator, we can look at the piece size on top, or the number of pieces that we're talking about, 3 out of 4 or 1 out of 4. And 3 pieces is more than 1, so we can tell that 3/4 is greater. Let's have a look at the contestants' work. Jerry?
I drew this model.
This is a fraction bar. It shows 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4 parts. 4 parts. 3/4 are yellow. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. 3/4 yellow. 1/4 is purple. 1/4 purple. P is for purple. 1/4 is purple. Y is for yellow. 3/4 yellow. You can see from this model that there's more yellows than purple, so 3/4 is greater than 1/4. Excellent model, Jerry. Let's see yours, Skittles. Skittles drew 2 fraction bars, but they're the same size and cut them both into 4 parts. This shows 1/4 for purple. This shows 3/4 for yellow. 1/4 is less than 3/4. 3/4 is bigger in this one, and 3/4 is bigger in this one. Great job, contestants! Super work! We compared 1/4 and 3/4 and found out that 3/4 is more than 1/4. Are you ready for the 3rd round?
Oh, yeah.
All right, we have the 3rd problem here. Sarah went to the store to buy some fruit. She filled her basket 3/8 with apples, 4/8 with bananas. Which fruit did she buy less of, and how do you know? Okay, so we're comparing 3/8 and 4/8, and which one is less? Let's see your work, contestants. Here's Jerry's work. 3 out of 8 and 4 out of 8. Jerry noticed they have the same denominator, which is 8. Then there's a smaller number of pieces and a larger number of pieces. 3 is smaller than 4, so we know that 4 is greater, so the greater than symbol is facing 4/8. 3/8 is less than 4/8. All right, let's see your work, Skittles. Skittles used a circular model to show 4 out of 8 parts colored in, or 3 out of 8 parts colored in. 4/8 is greater than 3/8. Our contestants agree. 4 out of 8 is bigger than 3 out of 8. 3 out of 8 is smaller than 4 out of 8. Excellent job. We'll see you next time on Fraction Feud.